Hiya, it's Nana here. I hope you're all doing well. I'm back with another Oxford info video. In this video, I will talk about how to pick a college. So, as we all know, Oxford has many colleges, and depending on if you are considering undergraduate or graduate, there are also different colleges for that. For example, some colleges only accept graduate students. So in this video, I will cover both undergraduate and graduate in terms of how to pick a college. I will talk about 6 aspects. So these are distance, accommodation, food, academic support, size, and academic. The first thing when it comes to picking a college, personally, I would consider its distance to various parts of the city. So Oxford as a university with its many college and many department, I would say it's quite spread out around the town. And when it comes to deciding the location of where your college wants to be, you want to consider the department or your lecture location, i.e., where will you be going to on a day-to-day basis all the time. Secondly, exam location. As COVID is leaving us and things are getting back to how it used to be, more and more exams are moving back to in person, and depending on the courses that you're studying, either you're going to have your exam in examination school or you're going to have it as some other area. For example, medics, they would have it in the medical school, MSTC, the Medical Science Teaching Center. So I think this is also a really good thing to take into consideration when thinking of the location of the college. Other aspects, location-wise, to consider includes food, leisure, and there are 3 main parts in Oxford. First is Westgate. So Westgate is really in the city centre part, and Cowley, which is the east, and Jericho, which is the north. And these are like where most restaurants are centered. Leisure-wise, mainly Westgate. So there is a movie theater, there is an escape room, there are also ice skating. But in terms of like parks, there are university parks, you have Christchurch Meadow, and you have Port Meadow and South Park. So these are the big 4 parks in Oxford. I will put a map here so that what I'm talking about is more like tangible. Right, so you want to consider if you are a outdoor person, or if you like shopping or like window shopping a lot, or if you really enjoy going out to eat with friends, and these are all things to take into consideration. One really important thing that I really recommend everyone checking out is where is the closest supermarket you can get to. These include Sainsbury, Tesco, Sainsbury Express, Tesco Express, Marks and Spencer, Marks and Spencer Express, etc. Because we all know this time where we are really hungry and there is no food. Right, so that's distance. You want to really consider the location of your college really carefully. I picked Queen's because Queen's is literally across examination school. On the day of my exam, I can sleep until 8:30, get dressed, and just walk 2 minutes, get to my exam, get to where my exam is. And yeah, mainly that. So, okay, the second aspect, accommodation. Not all Oxford colleges provide 3 years of accommodation. So if that's something that really matters to you, definitely check out the college website. Some college provides all 3 years accommodation. Others do first year and third year accommodation, meaning that you have to find your own accommodation in your second year. And some other colleges only provide first year accommodation. So that's for the undergraduate. For graduate, some college, like the graduate colleges, example, Wolfson's College, Kellogg, Green Templeton College, these are all graduate only colleges. They might have more accommodation options for students. And for Queens, we only provide first year accommodation to all fresher graduates. Right. In addition to looking at how many years of accommodation they provide, you also want to check if the accommodation is ensuite or not. So different college really have a different system. For example, as I know, Oriel, they are based on a price option. So you can choose band A, band B, band C. And if I remember correctly, a really similar system is used in A sector college. So that's like if you really want your own bathroom, definitely consider that. The last thing within accommodation is kitchen wise. Some college doesn't have kitchen for their students. Some accommodation building doesn't have kitchen, and some others have. So if you want to cook, consider college that have good kitchen facilities. And microwave and toaster, depending on the college, and I think most likely no, because of fire safety, most colleges are not allowed. Fridge, some will provide you with fridge, some will not, and the size of the fridge that they provide are variable, but you always have the option to buy your own fridge, I think. Right, food. Okay, if you are someone that's really particular about food and is hoping to eat in college a lot, as college food is a lot more affordable or like student friendly than going out to eat, you want to consider the food provided by your college, like frequency, like opening duration. Some college, their lunch is only an hour, like 12:30 to 1:30. However, not everyone are available between those hours, so I think other college have like a 2 hours lunch period. Some other colleges also have what is it called? Afternoon tea or buffet or weekend brunch. So all things to consider. Oh, right. Going back to what I was talking about, food. Some college has really nice food. The ones that I've heard of are St. Anne's, Cinnamon Hall, Jesus College, A sector, I think. Really nice food. Different college also do formal differently. This mainly varies in terms of frequency and what day they take place. For example, in the last video I talked about, in Queens it only happens on Saturday evening if you're an undergrad, and graduate it's Monday or Saturday. You can book onto the undergraduate one. But for some other college, which I think, for example, Oriel, it's more frequent than once a week. So if that's something that you would like to consider, like for example, inviting friends or family, definitely check that out. Yes, grant. Right. So this is something that I really regret not looking into more when I was searching for college. Some colleges are really ridiculously rich and generous. Example, St. John's, Christchurch, Jesus, A sector. These are the ones that I've heard of. Like, I have friends that are in that college. They are so rich and they're so generous. They just randomly give out student money, especially in the pandemic. They just give students like academic support grant, study grant, book grant, sports grant, and some college have partnership with Waterstone. No, not Waterstone. The other one. I forgot the name of that, but yeah. Trinity College has free printing. The printing is free. Something to note that down. Yeah. In terms of size, Different college have different amounts of undergraduate, but I would say that for most college, their undergraduate student body are roughly around the same. However, SINCAS is really big. SINCAS has the highest number of undergraduate students in Oxford. It has about 200 undergraduate, which is a lot more than other colleges. And I am not sure how that reflects on the difficulty of getting in, but definitely check that out. Right, lastly, academic wise, this is something I really want to talk about because when most of the time when people apply, this is likely going to be the thing that they're going to look at when they decide which college or course they want to apply for. For example, how I applied to Oxford is that I picked Queen's, I stalked the professor, I wrote a personal statement thinking of impressing the professor in that field. I studied everything regarding the field that he specializes in. You get where I'm going. So, your college tutor, the main professor in your college responsible for your subject, really set the tone of happiness or the value of your entire undergraduate. This is because they are your first point of contact in terms of any concerns regarding your academic progress. They are also likely going to be your main tutors for your first year and second year when you're only doing the foundation courses. So like not before you go into specializations. So if you have a really considerate and I'm not sure how to describe it, but if your professor is really supportive and like really understanding about the difficulty that the students are facing, the stress that we are experiencing, and the likelihood of us going to ask for extensions from time to time due to various reasons, your life here is going to be a lot better than compared to if you have a more strict professor in your college that requires everything to be on time and everything to be flawless, or like compared to a professor that are less like friend like with students and more teacher like. I'm not sure if I'm making sense, but I'm sure you get where I'm going at. So yes, these are all things that you want to consider when you are picking a college. I hope this video helps, and if you have any other college related questions, Oxford questions in general, leave a comment down below, and yeah, I'll try my best to help you. See you guys next time.